guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a story time video, and that is going to be about my horror eyelash extension video. I don't know why I did this because it was pretty horrible. So if you guys want to hear about my horror experience, then please keep watching. Okay, so basically I have wanted to get eyelash extensions for a really long time, and I came across a company that had extremely amazing reviews. It was, you know, the photos were beautiful, the photos were set up like extremely nice. She had no bad reviews or anything like that. So basically I made an appointment with her. And also, obviously for privacy reasons, I'm not going to be telling you the name of this company because I don't want them to get bashed verbally, you know. Anyway, so I got her number and I contacted her and I said, hey, I want to book in my mum and I, because my mum wanted to get them as well, my mum and I for some eyelash extensions on whatever day it was. And straight away it seemed a bit weird because she took, I would say maybe like 6 or 7 hours to reply. And this was on a business day. It said that, you know, she was open from this time to this time. So I messaged her on the business hours. And yeah, she took like 6 or 7 hours to reply, and I was like, oh, maybe, you know, she's busy or whatever. And then, yeah, like 6 or 7 hours later, she finally replies and she's like, oh, sorry, I heard my phone go off or whatever she said, but I'm only just replying now. And I was like, okay. And she's like, so what did you want to book in? I already told you what I wanted to book in. And I was like, oh, I just want to book in some eyelash, like to get some eyelash extensions for my mum and I. Anyway, so that happened. And I just kind of thought nothing of it. Maybe she was just really busy, but it just seemed really strange. I don't really know. Anyways, so I didn't do much research on eyelash extensions. I was just super excited to get them. So after I booked the appointment, the next day, I was like, I think I should do some research on some eyelash extensions. So basically when I Googled them, you know, every single website says make sure you don't ever use cluster eyelashes, only ever use like the little single strands of eyelash hairs. And I was like, what the hell is a cluster? Anyway, so I found that out. So if you don't know what a cluster is basically those little individual eyelashes that you can buy from like the pharmacies or Priceline or whatever, and then you stick them on one by one. That is an eyelash cluster, and apparently you should not use those when you're doing semi-permanent eyelashes. And no, you really shouldn't, because after the experience I had, I now realize why you should not use them. Oh my god, it was horrible. Anyways, so we ended up going to this place, and it was great because it wasn't far from home. And we get there and it was at a home salon, so it wasn't like an actual salon, like one that you would like go to, you know what I mean? It was at a home. Anyways, and it kind of seemed a little bit like scary in a way because like the front of the house wasn't maintained or anything, and I was like, oh my god. Anyway, so I was like, no, don't judge, you never know, like she might be really busy, whatever, because, you know, she seems to be quite busy with her little business that she has. So I was like, don't judge, whatever. So we go inside and it was really cute inside. It wasn't really anything like the photos. Like the photos were like super beautiful and like really gorgeous colors and lots of products in the background, and it wasn't like that when we walked in. I mean, I'm sure she probably only did that for the photos, but whatever. Anyway, so we walk in, there was like a tanning tent on the side, and then there was like a little section where she did her hair extensions. There was like a little desk as well, and then there was just like this chair and like this really old leather couch type of thing. Anyway, so we sat down and my mum went first, and they were talking about the style that she wanted. Now we both wanted really natural kind of lashes. I didn't want like camel lashes, like kind of like what I have on now, but I just wanted something really natural. Anyway, so my mum says the exact same thing. She's like, okay, cool. And then I was like, I should probably ask what kind of lashes she uses because I never got to, and I didn't want to cancel the appointment or anything. So I was like, hey, do you use cluster lashes or do you use like the individual little strands of hair? She's like, I use cluster lashes. was like, crap. Okay. And she's like, oh, don't worry. I'm probably sure you've heard like heaps and heaps of bad things on the internet, but they're like actually the best ones to use. And me being me, because I can be so stupid sometimes, I was like, oh, okay, well maybe they actually are better. Like, you know, she knows what she's doing. She's the professional. Anyways, so on the internet as well, it said it should take around 1.5 hours, sometimes even 2 hours, you know, if, you know, that's just how long it takes. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be sitting here for so long, but in the end, it's going to be worth it. Okay. So Mum sits in the chair and then she starts getting her lashes done. She finishes Mum's first eye within about 3 minutes. Not even that, maybe. And then she moves on to her next eye and I was like, wait a minute. Isn't it meant to take like an hour or 2 or what? So I was like really, really confused. And then within like 6 or 7 minutes, she's like, okay, I'm all done. What? I was like, okay, maybe she's just really, really fast. Maybe she's just really, really good at what she does. I was like, okay. And then Mum gets up and Mum's eyelashes actually looked really, really nice. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so it was my turn. I get onto the most uncomfortable chair ever. And I was like, yeah, I want exactly the same as Mum. And she's like, okay, cool. And she gets out this new packet and then like I have my head back and then like she's behind me. And I could see that she had the lashes in like the little tray. And they were so long. They were like pretty much as long as the Red Cherry 43 lashes, if you've ever seen them before. I don't know where mine are. But they were pretty much as long as that. And I was like, oh, holy crap. And I'm not the person to say anything. I don't know why. I'm literally one of those people that if someone else is doing something wrong, I just won't say anything half the time. I'm totally different now. I mean, like, if you're doing something wrong, I'll be like, oh. But I just didn't want to say anything. Anyway, so probably 10 minutes went by and she's like, okay, I'm all done. And during the time that she was putting on my lashes, she kept stabbing like my waterline, and I was like the top of my waterline, not like the inner part. And I was like, ow. Obviously I didn't say anything once again, but yeah, like 10 minutes later, she's like, okay, I'm all done now. And I was like, okay, sweet. So I had a look at them and they were so long, but I liked them at the same time. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. Thank you so much. Anyway, so we go to pay. And another reason why I went to this lady as well is because they were only $30. After doing some research and finding like some really good places, I was like, their prices were like $80 to $100, and I'm questioning why this lady was only 30. And I eventually found out why. Anyways, so we pay the $30 each and we leave. And so I'm like looking at them in like the car mirror. I never touch them because she said don't touch them too much, just try and leave them, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I get home and I start to, like, I can see, like, you know when you wear false eyelashes, if you've never worn them before, you can see the lashes. I could literally see the entire half corner of my eye. So I was like, okay, what the hell? So I walked into the bathroom, and I'll just bring you guys in. I walked into the bathroom and like this whole corner of my eye had just dropped. So like I had perfectly fine eyelashes up here, and then like these ones had just dropped like halfway down. And I was like, that's not right. So I was like squeezing them together and they would only stay there for about 5 seconds and they would just drop back down. And I was like, is it my eye shape? No, because I've used individual lashes on me before and I've worn them for like a day and a half, and they've never ever done that. And I was like, okay, this is so strange. So that was number one for me that I hated, and I did not like that at all. Anyways, so as the days go by, it literally gets so much worse to the point where the lashes are like in my freaking eye. And it was just so annoying. Even my boyfriend was just like, what is wrong with your eye? Anyways, so it came to maybe like almost close to a week. So it was about the 4th, 5th day. She sends me a message and she's like, hey Monique, just wondering how your eyelashes are going. And that day that she messaged me, the corner that had dropped, the inner part of it flicked up. So I had about 10 eyelashes, 10 cluster lashes flicking up, just chilling in the air like this. And I was like, oh, not good. You know, they've started to come off. I haven't touched them. I haven't played with them. I haven't done anything. They've completely dropped and they have now flicked up and they're like sticking up in the middle of the air. She never replied. Never replied. I was like, oh my god. And anyway, so I did some research on how to remove these lashes, and this was a week now. So it has just gone by a week. And it was so bad. I was like flattening it. I got some temporary eyelash glue and it would not hold. Nothing would hold. Anyways, so I flipped my lashes down and I had a look, and I just had all this disgusting black glue and gunk just coating the tops of my eyelashes, and it was spread everywhere. And then I went like this and I had I looked up above and the glue had actually come down a little bit as well, and it was on my waterline. Oh my god. I was literally having an actual heart attack. So I researched on how to get these eyelash extensions off because I was like, stuff this, I don't want them on anymore, I can't handle this crap anymore. There was a way of removing it with a certain liquid, but I can't remember what it was called, and I called everywhere and I couldn't find it. So I looked up other ways of how to get them off, and it said go in the hot shower and just put like a towelette across your, like on your eyes with hot water or warm water, whatever's comfortable, and let the glue slowly melt off. And I was like, okay, stuff it. I'm doing this, let's get in the shower. So I was doing that and I had like a towelette like pushed up against my face. I wasn't pulling or anything, but nothing was coming off, and this was like an hour and a half after being in the shower. My mum comes in and checks on me. She's like, you've been in here for like a really long time. Are you okay? I was in the shower for 3 hours. 3. Can you imagine what the water bill would have looked like? Anyway, so I was in the shower for 3 freaking hours. And I had probably only gotten 3 off of each eye. After 3 hours, I was just like, you know what? I can't handle this crap anymore. So I got some oil, I have an oil-based, at the time I had an oil-based body wash. So I was like rubbing it against my eyes and like swiping it down, and it got quite a few off, but it took them off so painfully. I was in so much pain. I was bawling my eyes out, and I know a lot of people were thinking, oh, but that's your fault for taking them off, blah, blah, blah. But when I had like melted glue, like smothering my eyelashes top and bottom, and I had one flicking up and stabbing me like on the top of my eyelid, I did not have a choice really. So I was just like, I was carefully pulling them off, and then I eventually got all of them off except that one corner. Even though half of it had flicked up, it was completely glued to my eyelash band, and it had caught onto some of my eyelid skin. Just take that in for a moment. And so I didn't know what to do. The oil-based body wash wasn't working. Nothing was working. I had really, really warm, close to boiling hot water on me, and I was constantly pressing it on and it wouldn't come off. So I eventually got to a point where I was like, you know what? Stuff this, you know, Monique, you're an idiot, but you've got to do this. And so I grabbed the corner of the eyelash and I yanked it off. It was so freaking painful. I've never experienced pain like that. Like, it was worse than a period pain. Period pain is horrible, but this just, oh my god, it was absolutely horrendous. Anyways, after I did that, I was like, oh, thank god, it's over. I've got them off. I got out of the shower and I found I had no eyelashes left. Not the fake ones, my real ones. I had no eyelashes left. The glue that this lady had used, or whatever it was, had sunk in through all of my eyelashes to the point where when I was going to be taking these off, it was taking my real ones with them. Anyways, so I ended up finding a really good eyelash conditioner, and this is it here. It is the Talika Lipolicious Expert, what is it? Eyelash conditioning gel. I will do another video on this if you like, and it literally saved my lashes. I ended up having decently lengthed eyelashes again, but after that I was literally like, it was the worst moment ever. It was the worst pain, it was the worst week. I hated it. I am going to be getting eyelash extensions again, but I am going to a much professional place that doesn't use clusters, so I'm looking forward to that. But the moral of this story is, don't get cluster eyelash extensions ever. Go to a professional place. Make sure they have some sort of certification in beauty or whatever, and they know what they're doing. Just do your research, because unfortunately I didn't, and when I did it too late, and then it just turned into something extremely horrible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!